DKD, or Dogs for Kids with Disabilities, raises and trains assistance dogs and companion dogs for children with disabilities. So we work with kids that might be on the autism spectrum. They might have a physical disability, an intellectual disability, a rare genetic syndrome. We have two programs, which is the assistance dogs and the companion dogs. So our assistance dogs are trained to help children with a severe disability integrate into the community. So they're extremely isolated at home. And that is obviously not going to help the child's skills develop. So these dogs wear a special harness, and the children wear a belt that tethers to the dog's harness and prevents them from wandering off or running away. So it enables families to get back out into the community with safety as their first priority.
Jackson's 4.5 now. He was diagnosed with autism when he was 2.5. Well, it makes it hard to leave the house really, and because we both work, if there's only one parent home and when Hunter came along there's two children, it's really hard to go out and keep them both safe. It makes it hard to go out and just do normal things like go to the supermarket and get your groceries. I thought we might as well just, try and see if they thought he was the right type of child, a good match basically for having a dog. Katie and Steph, they came out and they met us and made sure that everything was the right type of fit. He was the right child for this type of program and actually thought it would work well.
There's lots of things that we think about when it comes to matching our dogs. So all of our dogs go through a level of intensive training first, and as they hit their markers in that training, we look at our clients on our wait list and we shortlist generally 3 to 5 clients, and we take that dog out to meet them. So it's not a first in, first served basis with our program, and they get the opportunity to complete some training with our dogs. And then they do a 4-week trial, and the 4-week trial is there to make sure we've got that fit right. We want that fit right not only for the dog but also for the family. And realistically, the only way we will know if that fits right is when that dog starts to live with that family, and when it shows us whether it's coping and loving it, or whether it's just not the right family for them.
So she said that she would bring Orbit out to meet us and that she had 2 other families she was looking at matching him with as well. So she came out and went for a little walk, and I didn't think it went very well because Jackson was cranky that day, but she rang the next day and she said she didn't want to show him to the other 2 families because she thought he was such a good match with Jackson. So we started training the next week. He's definitely much better at walking when we go out places. So like before when we would go out, if I was trying to get Jackson to walk with me and hold my hand, he would just flop down on the ground. He wouldn't walk, and we don't know why. But when he's on the tether with Orbit, he's really happy to just walk anywhere. Can't explain it. Like we don't know why. And Katie said that's really common. So yeah, that's a really massive change.
I think DKD has been extremely successful so far. I think it's grown extremely fast. We have children that wouldn't sleep through the night, and the moment that a dog was placed in on their first night, they went from 3 or 4 hours sleep to 10 hours sleep. So that's life-changing. That's life-changing for the entire family. There's lots of different ways, and every family experiences something different from our dogs. They'll start to, be a part of a community and have that support, but also that child will be experiencing things that every child should experience. I think, the need in this industry is great. The downside is that it's very expensive to produce what we do. So we can only help a limited number of families. So there's lots of ways that people can get behind DKD and help. So obviously one is donating, the other is these gorgeous little guys sitting here, they need foster homes. They don't come out born like this. It takes a lot of work and a lot of effort. So we have puppy raisers that look after our pups from about 8 weeks of age right through till 12 months to 16 months of age when they're ready to come into formal training with our trainers. Puppy raisers are provided with food, we cover the vet bills, we provide them with support and training and all the equipment they need to give this puppy a foundation of love and socialisation. I think there's a huge need for children with disabilities to have a best friend. Kids can be cruel and we can segregate each other, and friendships are hard to establish when you're different. And I think what these dogs do is they start to teach kids how to be a friend first, or how to have a friend, what a friend can give you, so that actually you do want to let someone into your little world and have a friend. I want to make a difference to these families, and I want these children to have the choice in the world to be a part of our world or not, because we can't change the world to fit them, unfortunately, but what we can do is try and teach them the skills to be a part of our world and let them choose.
So I guess it's still quite a new concept. But the more that the word gets out, the better, because it could make so much of a difference in so many kids' lives. It's a bit daunting to think about fundraising that amount of money, but it's not like you have to do it straight up, and there's lots of really great grants that you can apply for, and you know, all of our friends and family have got plans too.
We're a charity, which means that we rely solely on donations from the general public. We don't have any government funding, so we rely on people out of giving from the generosity of their hearts. We rely on businesses getting behind us. So there's ways that people can do that. You can sponsor puppies, you can just make general donations, you can buy merchandise, but without the support of the community and donations, we wouldn't have a program. So it costs us around $40,000 to raise and train one dog from birth to placement with the family. So it takes 2 years and a lot of money for us to do this. So we need all the support we can get to change the lives of kids.